Am I the a-hole for expecting my husband to rehome the dog? So, about 6 years ago we were really struggling to conceive, and we had accepted that we weren't meant to be parents, or at least biologically. We got a dog. Well, my husband got a dog. I had agreed, as long as he trains the dog and I don't have to do anything but the basics. Well, we rescued a mongrel, unknown breed, but he is huge. I'll admit, the dog is fairly well trained and can do basics and walks nicely. He doesn't jump and goes to the groomer regularly. He has torn our garden up. We recently moved and well, we found out I'm pregnant. I want the garden to remain nice. First of all, the dog sleeps next to my husband in our bed. I hate that. The dog literally follows my husband to the bathroom and my husband refuses to let him be alone for longer than 2 hours. So he costs almost a fortune in dog sitters because we both work. I just think in a stressful time we won't have time for the dog. I told my husband my concerns. He took the dog and I haven't seen him since. 2 hours. Am I the a-hole? You're the a-hole. Pet ownership is a lifetime deal. It's quite apparent that you don't like having a dog. Your husband is going to resent you for making him give up the dog. You apparently don't understand this, but he's very attached to this dog. Don't use the baby as an excuse. So wrong. I was engaged to be married when my cat recently moved across the country and just getting used to a new environment, pooped in a potted plant. My fiance told me to get rid of the cat. I rented a duplex, put my cat in it, and was moved into it completely in a week. It wasn't even a hard choice, because anyone who would mandate that was not the kind of person I wanted to be with. Yup. Was thinking this as I read Op's post. Marriages have failed over demanding euthanasia or a homing of beloved pets. The "it's just an animal" crew don't seem to realize that it's basically one person ignoring another person's emotional well-being over what often boils down to as an inconvenience. Oh no, pet hair. If I ever meet a future husband, he has to accept the cat and dogs are part of the package, and I'll have to accept whatever pets he has. If we can't, marriage just isn't going to work. For real. This lady's point of view is so alien to me. I'm not even sure my ruling is totally fair. She seems wound tighter than a $2 watch and certainly should not have a dog. She complains that the dog follows his owner around. Like, I don't think all of us, collectively, plus the entire active user list of r/dogs could do enough explaining to bridge this gap. It's a fundamental worldview difference. I definitely say you're the a-hole, but I accept that this person just has a totally different values set than me. I feel bad for her husband and the poor dog. Pet ownership is a lifetime deal. Yes, true. But the husband is being an inconsiderate asshole just as much as she is. She's being forced to share her bed with a large dog. My dog sleeps in my bed every single night. If my husband said he didn't like it, she would be on her own bed immediately. This dog is tearing up their yard. That's an incredibly valid complaint. Big dogs can turn nice yards into mud pits. That's terrible with a baby on the way. Husband should exercise the dog on walks and at the dog park if the dog is going to tear up the yard. And dog babysitters. I've got a Velcro dog who would surgically attach herself to me if she could. She stays home alone when we work, and I don't feel bad. Especially with the baby on the way, he needs seriously reconsider having an effing nanny for the dog. So she waited 6 years to complain about the dog sleeping in the bed and tearing their garden? She was just waiting for a weighted excuse to kick the dog out. You're the a-hole. She may have been willing to tolerate it, but now that she's pregnant, she wants a nice yard for kiddo playing that isn't filled with holes, and she's going to be uncomfortable while pregnant and can't have the dog in the bed anymore. That's reasonable. Her going nuclear isn't. But the husband needs to invest more in training and less in dog sitters. There is no reason why a healthy dog can't stay home for 6 hours on its own. Kiddo isn't going to be playing in that yard for a long time. It's not like she's going to pop a squat, give birth, and he's going to go crawling straight for the swing set. Also, kids give zero F's about how nice a yard looks. It's all one big adventure land, mud holes, compost piles, and perfectly manicured bushes all. Op admits the dog is well trained, and I don't see any evidence of the dog actually needing training other than better containment. Digging is a hard behavior to break. If you don't know why the dog is digging, could be boredom/anxiety, could be overheating, could be that it's a scent dog and it's going after moles. What exactly is she expecting the dog to do? Do the dishes and take out the trash? My toddler has caused more property damage than my destructive, anxiety-ridden rescue dog. If she has a renegade of a kid like me, there is a rude shock awaiting. Plus, why did she agree to such a massive dog? She's not a reffing victim in this, unless he snuck the dog home without discussion. But if she actually wants and likes the kid, it's not the same if they destroy things and kids grow up. And people feel the exact same way about their pets. My cat has destroyed the backside of my couch by using it as a scratching post. The couch is barely 3 years old. Do you think I want the cat to destroy the couch, or that I tolerate it because I love the cat and won't get rid of it over something as trivial as scratching furniture? I wouldn't allow anyone to come into my home and take a knife to my pillows, but the cat gets a pass because he's my cat. The husband wants and likes his dog, and the dog is almost halfway through its natural lifespan at this point. I agree with your words, but disagree with your and the general judgment. For exactly what you wrote up there, it's a pretty clear everyone sucks here to me. Everyone is quick to jump on Op and call her jealous, but as an animal lover I'm still seeing some a-holery from the husband here. When you know the person you live with wasn't super into the idea, you need to proactively do that kind of stuff. Not to mention how horrible it is allowing your dog to get to that point of separation anxiety. I don't know any animal lovers that'd be okay with their dogs being that anxious. Nor do I know any soon-to-be parents who can afford to spend a fortune on dog care when they know they are about to have to spend a bunch on legally required childcare, unless he's cool with Op becoming a stay-at-home mom. The dog is 6. I understand getting puppy sitters regularly while you're training to make sure it doesn't tear up your house, but the separation anxiety should have been addressed long ago. Everyone sucks here. I don't understand why everyone is acting so rude to Opus. Yes, getting rid of the dog is an a-hole move, but it could be said in kinder words. Op obviously is not a dog person. She made a lot of personal sacrifices so that her husband could have the dog and be happy. Also, her concerns are all valid. Be kinder. Husband sucks because he knows that the dog is mostly his responsibility. This was made clear from adoption. He should consider his wife's feelings about the dog being in the bed, and considering the dog was always with him, you would think he could prevent stuff like the garden being torn up. Also, leaving his wife when she expressed her concerns is a major a-hole move. Op deserves better. Now Op is also a bit of an a-hole because she knows how much the dog means to her husband. A middle ground can definitely be reached. The dog should not be rehomed just because some change is to be expected. That's not the agreement made when adopting a pet. I also think she is less of the just because it seems like she is concerned about how involved her husband will be with the baby since he spends all the time with the dog. A very valid concern for an expecting mother who already feels like she knows where the priority might lie. Not that he should consider the baby inherently superior to the dog, but just that newborns are a lot of stress and hard work. Please stop hitting on Op. It's a difficult time for everyone, and I'm sure she's already scared and stressed out. And Op, if you do end up reading this, I hope you and your husband can sit down with clear minds and have a level-headed discussion about your future together with both the baby and the dog. I genuinely wish the best for all of you and for a beautiful and healthy baby. I know I'm probably getting downvoted for this, but everyone sucks here. You agreed to getting a dog, but you didn't agree to having to share a bed, pay for a dog sitter every day, or having your garden ruined. I don't think you should have your dog rehoused. Can you train him not to dig in your garden or fence it in with chicken wire? Your husband is the a-hole for being inconsiderate and refusing to leave the dog at home, and you are the a-hole for thinking rehousing is the only option and trying to get rid of the dog instead of trying alternative solutions. Finally a sane answer. Everyone sucks here. Dog Reddit is having a conniption over this. You're not getting rid of the dog. You should accept that. But your husband is going to have to make some concessions. First of all, out of the bed. It's going to get really uncomfortable as your pregnancy progresses. And having a large dog in bed with a nursing baby should only happen with the mother's consent, because it is dangerous. Buy him a great big luxurious bed and put it on the ground next to your husband. He'll be fine. My dog went from sleeping next to me for years to sleeping on a dog bed on the ground because my new partner also had dogs and we couldn't all fit. She was fine. Second, the dog sitting has got to go. This is 100% a frivolous expense and totally unnecessary. You're gonna need that money. I couldn't make a judgment about the yard without knowing both the yard and the dog. But it doesn't sound like a problem without a solution. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. See you all later.